Okay, we're in the parkway in front of the home, and this is the water meter in the parkway, and that's fine because it belongs to the utility company. You can see the meter is buried, and that's not a good thing at all, but it's also, it belongs to the utility company, so it's up to them to maintain, should they choose to, the irrigation box for it. But we look right in here, and we see this little triangle, this red triangle. That's a flow indicator. Some people call it a cheater wheel or cheater paddle. Call it what you will, but it's very sensitive. I mean, you could have a small drip, but it doesn't take much, and only a small drip will register on this. You're using water. So when your water bill's too high and the water company comes out and they say you got a problem in the house, we can see that, you know, because they use the cheater wheel, the flow indicator. And then right here, okay, this valve, as long as it's parallel, means the water's on, perpendicular it's off. And then take this little hole and I'll move it around to another little hole and put a lock on it. And so sometimes during some emergencies you could come and turn the water off there, although you're not supposed to. You do not own this. It's not your business. That's the water company's. Okay. The way you turn the water off, or should turn the water off, come out here to the flower bed. On the home faces south. This is the east side of the front entry. And right in there, those are your valves. Remember, parallel is on, perpendicular is off. One is for the yard, one is for the house. I'm assuming that the blue one, your safest bet would be the blue one, turn off the water to the house if you've got an emergency. Just go in there and reach in there. And that should be, by the way, these valves, they should be excavated so that you can get your hand around the valve and service it. And then the box would be lined with gravel to keep the mud from washing back in there. And we're looking for, this is the closest exterior bib faucet to the meter. And we're looking between 40 and 80 psi. You can have a little less than 40 these days. Used to couldn't, but whatever. But everybody agrees that 80's too much. And we can see, it's leaking here a little bit, but it's a little less than 80. Got about 75 psi. And we're supposed to let that sit for a little bit, so we will. And then we'll come over here. I don't know if you can see this very well where the water's leaking. You see the round black cap right there? That's the main sewer cleanout. Main sewer cleanout. Now this is beyond the scope of the inspection. But the lawn sprinkler head that's coming up there, I mean, it wasn't contracted. The lawn sprinkler system was not contracted for a truck inspection. See how close to the structure the sprinkler heads are? They're not supposed to be closer than, they're not supposed to be closer than 5 inches. When we come over here, this is the main water. Okay, this is the check valves for the lawn sprinkler system. This is your system. It's not supposed to be in the parkway. It's okay for the meter to be in the parkway, but this box should have actually been installed over in the yard. And like your main shutoff valves, it should have been excavated so you can get your hands around it. It should have been lined with gravel. These are supposed to be serviced once a year. This doesn't look like it's been serviced. Little caps are missing to keep dirt from getting in your bleed outs. Handles are rusty. That'll probably break off in your hand if you try to do it. And then when this was installed, probably in the 80's, it wasn't required to have a main water shutoff valve. So you just have the isolation valves for the check valve, but you do not have a main shutoff valve. And again, that probably wasn't required when it was installed. But we're not inspecting this. That's what that looks like. So what did we learn? We learned that we're not showing signs of leaks. We learned that our shutoff valves, irrigation box should be excavated and lined with gravel. We learned that our water pressure is fine, still fine. And we located our main sewer cleanout.